Mr. Dershowitz has concocted a fraud, which amazingly, in large parts, he plagiarized from another fraud. I found that pretty shocking. I found it shocking coming from a Harvard professor. I find it shocking coming from any professor.
Now we have to cut off at one point. I just want to warn everybody here that though I'm not a litigious person, when you make allegations
I'm
of
prepared to
plagiarism,
support them.
that's a technical
I
term
agree.
which has great legal
I
implications, and I can't obviously
You shouldn't.
sit quietly by
You shouldn't.
and accept an
Let's
allegation.
look at the evidence.
Who is the plagiarism from?
Okay, let's look at the evidence. In the first 2 chapters of your book, you extensively reproduce all of Joan Peters' pages in her book. I read it carefully in 1984.
Show me one sentence.
I'm gonna show you.
Show me one sentence.
I am gonna show you.
parallels.
I think I made available the charts
No,
to
you
you.
showed me nothing. Let's start with that. That's a categorical lie. What you're hearing now on radio is a
Mr.
claim that
Dershowitz.
Mr. Finkelstein made available to
No, I
me
never said
certain
that.
charts. That is a categorical lie.
No, he said to me.
Oh,
Mr. Dershowitz, I think you had about 5 minutes time. I wasn't looking at the clock. If we're going to have a civil
well, it's not going to be a debate
we're
about
gonna
me.
have
Let
to.
me be very clear about that.
I'm not debating you. I have no interest in you, Mr. Dershowitz. None at all. I'm interested in the scholarship. I'm interested in the facts. And I'm interested in your book. Now in 1984, one Joan Peters published a book called From Time Immemorial. The book was universally recognized by serious scholars to be a fraud. Without wanting to toot my own horn, I'm universally recognized as the person who exposed the fraud. I know that book inside out. I read it at least 4 times, and I went through all 1,854 footnotes. I started to read your book, Mr. Dershowitz. I then came to chapter 1, footnote 10, footnote 11, footnote 12, footnote 13, footnote 14, footnote 15, footnote 16. All of the quotes are from Joan Peters. They are so from Joan Peters that you have a long quote here from Mark Twain on page 23 and 24. I turn to Joan Peters, page 159 to 160, the identical quote from Twain with the ellipses.
Is it wrong? Is the quote wrong?
Ellipses.
Wait, let me ask you. Is the Twain...
The ellipses.
Is the Twain quote
Let
wrong?
me finish, sir.
No, but the key is the Twain...
With the ellipses in the same places. The identical quote from Twain. With the ellipses in the same places.
It's been widely quoted, as you know.
Yeah, really, Mr. Dershowitz.
Well, what's your point? Is it a direct
Let me
quote?
finish, Mr. Dershowitz.
No, let me ask you a
have to
question.
let
Is
me
it a
finish.
direct?
We then
Is
have
it
a
an
vote.
accurate quote?
you
Of
have
Mr.
to
Dershowitz?
The way we can have a civilized discussion here is that each person will get a chance to make their point and won't be cut off.